Greetings, Naked News Guy here, and today I want to talk about my 14th political position, which is real simple. We need to be a nation of homeowners again. You know, I could talk about rental protections all day long, and I do, but the fact is this. The main problem with housing is that most people now don't own or will never own a home. And what I mean by most people is this. In 1984, the average 40-year-old owned a home. Now that's not the case. And it's not changing as people that age are getting older. They still don't own homes. Their credit is bad, they owe student loans, and prices keep going up and up and up and up, and they have no hope of ever owning a home. Look, as much as I believe in rental protections, and I clearly do, that's not the solution. The solution is people should be able to own a basic home. A bedroom for everybody who lives in the house, and a bathroom. Simple as that. Not one of these, mansions or smart homes or any of that bullshit, but a basic home. After World War II, the government provided low-interest loans to that generation to buy homes, which created a housing construction boom, which created massive numbers of jobs. They did not want to go back into the Great Depression, and they understood the way to stay out of that was to have this type of economy and this type of investment. Those people still had to pay mortgages. Yes, they did. But they owned a home. And not only is owning a home good for the person and the family, it's good for the community as well. One of the main problems we have in our society among young people, middle-aged people, old people, people feel completely disconnected from each other. Again, very different than the World War II generation. There's a very simple reason. They don't know their neighbors. They're always moving because they rent. They have no control over the person who actually owns their property deciding to throw them out on the street. So they don't build these community links like people used to build. You look at the World War II people, they joined organizations to better their neighborhoods. They joined lodges. They joined fraternities. They joined a local church where they became members for 40 years, or whatever religion you are. It doesn't matter for purposes of this discussion. What matters is the basic building block of connection to a community is you have to feel like that's your home. And as long as you rent it, you will never feel that way. So what we need to do is we need to bring this back. We need to make it possible for the average citizen who works to own a home. With, of course, protections for senior citizens, legitimately disabled people, and veterans. Okay? That's real simple. I'm going to get into the meat of this issue, continuing this series on housing. Economics is the most important thing, and like I said, one of the basic building blocks of economic success is home ownership. Naked News Guy here. Like and subscribe for more content.